It started with a young dentist from the East Coast, Frederick McKay, goes out to Colorado Springs and notices something that he'd never seen before, which is a good chunk of the population had brown stains on their teeth. The people in Colorado Springs said they were used to it, so they thought nothing of it anymore. But he decided to try to find out what was causing this discoloration of teeth, something that became known as Colorado brown stain. It was 30 years later and a lot of investigating before it was determined that it was actually fluoride in the water that led to the brown staining. Interestingly enough, though, along with the brown staining was no tooth decay. Tooth decay, which was very common, everyone had it severely. People with fluoride in the water didn't have tooth decay. So that led further investigators to start looking at, well, is there a balance of fluoride in the water that can prevent tooth decay but not cause that brown staining? So investigators started going around the country because fluoride naturally occurs in water. Most groundwater has some level of fluoride in it. Most has very low levels of fluoride, but some, like Colorado Springs, had very high levels. So in a series of studies over the course of the next 20 years, they determined it was about 1 part per million, a very small amount of fluoride that prevented tooth decay and had a very small percentage of kids still had a very light discoloration of their teeth. Instead of brown, it was very faint white, and this was called dental fluorosis. So the balance was made, and in 1945 they started an experiment. They paired cities. One city they started adding fluoride in the water. Grand Rapids, Michigan was the first, paired with a city that had no fluoride in the water. It was so successful after 5 years that about a 60 to 65% reduction in tooth decay in children, that basically they stopped the experiment, and other cities just started adding fluoride to their community water supplies.